Welcome back. In this video we are going to be talking about melody and contour and how they fit into musical theatre. Melody is the tune of the music. In Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, this is the melody. For example, we might say that the new Lewis Capaldi song has a really catchy melody, or that the melody of a piece of music is really high-pitched. Now, if we wanted to describe a melody verbally, we can describe it by describing how its pitch changes. For example, we could say that this melody starts to low pitch and then gets higher, or that this melody starts at a high pitch, gets lower, and then gets higher again. We call this the contour, the shape of a melody. Imagine following the pitch of a melody with your hand and tracing the shape it makes out in front of you. For example, if it starts at a high pitch, gets lower, and gets higher again, it forms a U-shaped contour. For example, if we wanted to describe the contour of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, we could say that it begins by starting low and then getting higher in pitch. Then, in its second half, it starts from a higher pitch and then gets lower until it goes back to the first note. And that would be an effective way of describing the melody of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star to someone who had never heard it before. They may not be able to hear the specific notes, but they would get the idea of what the melody does. So, what's the usefulness of contour in musical theatre? Well, similar to how pitch can express different things, the contour of a melody can also be very expressive in expressing what a character is feeling or what is happening in a scene. If a melody gets gradually higher, it can sound exciting, it can sound like something is getting bigger or more powerful, and it can sound very intense. Sounds a bit more happy and hopeful than the opposite when it gets lower, which sounds relatively sad, relatively low energy, but also relatively relaxed. So, for example, an excited character who is going through a moment of growth might sing a melody that is ascending in contour, that gets higher, whereas a character who is more negative and sad is more likely to sing a melody that gets lower, starting from a higher note and then reaching a lower note. So melody and contour are a very useful way of quickly describing the difference between the songs of two different characters and why they are able to express different emotions through song. Okay, now click on to the next slide, review this information, and then you're going to have a go at a worked example illustrating how pitch, melody, and contour allow us to describe musical theatre.